Howdy guys, Matt here, the Broken Supercoach, checking in. Supercoach has probably just reset in the last, 5 minutes, so thought we'd jump in. It's a long round of footy. Not that I'm going to complain, but it's a long round. Thursday through Monday. It's a fair way and a huge round coming up. Really keen on Gather Round. I'll be there, so I'm loving that. So we've hit, what's that, 21.95. Really nice score, happy with that. 800 for the round. Round ranks 12,000 for the round. So it's a pretty good score. I didn't see many higher than that. I think a lot of people who had Grundy probably jumped into 2,200. I didn't really have any awful areas. So I'm pretty happy with how that round went. We've gone up another 16k, so we're back up to sort of a more respectable rank, but 21k is still poor. We got to keep rising. It's going to be a quiet week, I think, as far as what we do. We'll quickly run through. I'll show you what we did. Stupidly, I put the VC on Marshall. We'll go straight into that. We'll talk about that call. Because in the previous times, I'd been picking very good captains. But this time, I mean, not that I failed the captain, but this time, I didn't put the V on the right guy. I didn't have the guts to put it on Dacos again. I don't think I ever planned on putting it on Dawson, but Dawson was unbelievable. And just out of interest, while he's playing on ball, which he is at the moment, I think you got to get this guy in your team as soon as possible. He looks unbelievable. Max Michaelani, really happy with him with 100. We'll do a quick review of the whole lines. Our major issue, I mean, we're not too worried about these guys on field. Are a bit concerned about Jones, but if I'm being serious, there's nobody else to really go to in defense if you sort of click through. Judd McVie, we never really believed that he was going to play much. He is, but we didn't really think that he was going to, and it's too late now, sadly. Tyler Young, we missed him, sadly, so we probably can't go to him. It's not scoring enough. This guy got dropped, same as Constable got dropped. Tomlinson sort of, I don't know. It's looking really poor. Wish we had started Wilmot now, but didn't. Chester got injured. This Buckley, he looks really good, but you don't want to move too much to get him. But you could, because what is this break even? Still 10, and he's still going it. He's playing off a half back for GWS, so he's still dropping pretty respectable scores. But how much more are you going to get out of him? I don't know. He's already gone up 100k. He's not that keeper that we all hope. Will Day is another one you could think about. I don't mind Will Day. Just think that, Hawthorn he's gonna drop some pretty average scores, but gee whiz, they look good the first three. Could be a thought, and he's someone we can afford. So if we were to do something like that. But he's our only concern in defense at the moment. Liam Jones. I may have said Lockie Jones a few times prior, but I meant Liam Jones. So he's a bit of a concern because he's having to play as a key defender. In the mids, there's not really a huge amount to talk about. I don't think there's any mids really showing other than Bont, and I don't have a way to get to him. So Oliver's sick. Laird always scores low in the showdowns. Wouldn't worry about that. And Neil looks a bit iffy, just going at 100. Tom Grange going at 100. Setterfield looks nice, but he's not a keeper. And then these guys, you play rookie roulette with these blokes: Mackenzie, Philippou, Hollands, Baker, Long. It's true roulette. It doesn't matter who you put on field here. It's 10 points here, 10 points there, whatever. We'd like to get Bont in. He's probably our only target in the midfield. It's probably the only target you guys should be looking at too. Bont in the midfield. Rucks is a big issue. We obviously went to English as part of the trade. We were afraid to vice captain him again. I don't know why I didn't. What did I think that he doesn't score well historically against Richmond? Oh yeah, because I thought he was up against Nank, and I just figured Nank would hold him. But he's good. English. So I'm loving having him back. You have to ride it, and same story. That's the move I'll make this week. I think you have to ride. Sometimes you have to ride where the points are for a little while. Rookie roulette with Chandler, Davey, and Green. I don't think anyone had Fergus on field. And, we're not doing a lot in forwards. There's no obvious calls. At the moment, these are probably the best 5 forwards around, other than Jeremy Cameron. there's probably no one else. And you've got some real guts if you're picking Jeremy Cameron, but credit to you. Goulden looks nice as well, but you're not really doing anything. You're not making any moves with these guys, are you? You're just letting these money come through. This money come through is what I should say. Um, so there's only one move I would make. There's no big injuries. There's no big suspensions. The only move I'm going to make is, I mean, I didn't do it last week because I couldn't, but I think you've got to go Marshall. If you're a Marshall owner now, or if you're a, I don't know, anyone owner, I'm trying to think of other ruckmen other than Tim English. Sucks about wits, but um, yeah, I think you have to go to Grundy. Look, this goes against everything that I usually think when I go for Supercoach because I don't think Grundy is a keeper. So I don't think I've just got the final two rucks here. I think it's really frustrating. But Marshall is not a keeper either, so it's not the end of the world. And I honestly think that Marshall versus Grundy for at least the next 3 weeks will bleed 50, maybe 50 points a week. I don't think it's unreasonable to think that he'll bleed you over the next, say, 3-4 rounds till Gorn comes back. I don't think it's unfair to say that he'll bleed you, 250, 300 points, which is quite a bit. So I think you have to ride Grundy all the way. He goes at 144. And the handy part is that you could probably play the 1 week where they play together just to see how they fit. And then he probably just side grades to Gorn, if you like Gorn. Or you can probably just... He'll be 600k by then. So you can flip him to Wits, you can flip him to Gorn, whoever you want, Darcy, whoever you think the second ruck is. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing that. You got to get on Grundy at 540. You can't. Marshall's going to sink us. Grundy's going to 650, so it's just a matter of time. That's really all I've got. As far as this week goes, there's not a lot to really cover off. Other than get Grundy. That's really the whole point of this video. Now we just got to sit on what are we going to do as far as captaincy, gather rounds coming. I'm going to basically every game, or any Adelaide Oval game, because the tickets it's a bit iffy if you don't have... You can only get tickets to the Adelaide Oval games. You have to buy the other ones separate, so a bit weird. Plus, Brisbane and North at a country oval in the middle of nowhere is insane. I mean, it's cool that they're playing a game in the country, but... Jeez, I'd be pretty filthy if I was a North fan. Let us know if you're. I know that there are a few North fans who follow the channel. How filthy are you that you can't come over because you only had 2,000 tickets total, whereas someone like Carlton had available. Well, not Carlton because they're playing the Crows, but Melbourne Essendon get 50,000 tickets between them. It's pretty stiff for North fans. Yeah, that's it. What are we gonna do as far as ruckman go? I think I'm just trying to have a look at who's playing. I think you probably just slap the V on. If I'm being serious, I think you slap it on Dawson. If he plays on the ball, he already plays well against Carlton. I think you can't go wrong with Laird or Dawson as the VC. And I think you run your captain like you always do, Oliver. You just always Oliver. And this guy's coming off a huge game against them recently. So I'll probably play my advantage of having a pod in Dawson and VCing him into Oliver. Anyway, that's that. I'll probably drop one during the week just to see if there's any other trades. I don't think we need to, though. I think Grundy's the obvious pick, so pretty straightforward. Thanks, guys. Yeah, see ya.